Hello. I got a viewer. Welcome. I'm a little early. Wait for people to come in. I don't know if the chat feature works. Hopefully you can you hear me? Check this out. Check one more thing. Streaming a rerun. Yeah, this is not a rerun. Let me get this all set up. Hey, Super Natural Handcrafts. Thank you for joining. I'm doing good. This is all new to me. I've never streamed before. I mean, I've video chatted with many people, but I've never streamed. Yeah, I remember you from Gamer Boomer's channel the other day. I'm glad that's working so far. Let me see what this is. I don't. Nope, that's cool. Puppy, you did not fail. I haven't officially started yet. But thank you for tuning in. Wow, I'm not used to this whole thing. Well, thank you. Royalty-free image searches. I need to, okay, I need to look at the screen and not look at the side. Okay. Now, since we're here and we're a little early, it's not even 8 o'clock yet, my time. See if a little more people come in. I've been putting the word out. That's all good. I'm gonna minimize the chat if I can't do that. Just put that over top of it. That works perfectly. Most people in here I probably know. And they probably know that I'm into arts and crafts and all of that. But basically, this channel is going to be about crafts, a focus on crochet, yarn arts, but then a bunch of other different things that are not in that area. And tonight's is going to be one of those, a non-yarn craft. Well, actually, two projects. I already got 6 people watching. Wow. Okay. Welcome everybody who's joining. I'm gonna before I fully get into it, I'll wait a couple more minutes till 8 o'clock. Hey Zach. Do that later. Thank you for joining. I'm good. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm used to being on video camera. It's just weird. Let me move my keyboard out of the way now. Yeah, it could be. And with this, what the things I'm going to be showing and demonstrating here tonight, I'm going to have audience participation if they choose to. Just double check my message. Couple more minutes. It's going to take me a while to iron out all the kinks and figure out how to do all this, but I think I kind of know what I'm doing. Okay. Welcome to, I think we're going to start. Welcome to the Crafty Cub. Like I said, it's primarily yarn crafts and other arts and crafts. And tonight we are going to do 2 projects, 2 Christmas ornaments. So our first one here is called a Scandinavian woven star. No sew project. So you can see it hanging, but then you can choose. It's really easy to do. You just got to choose your fabrics. You could do whatever colors you want. This one I did red and green, traditional. And then you can add whatever trim you want. I just did some red rickrack to dress it up. Okay, so audience participation. So we have some choices. We've got that white. We've got that red. Got this blue star. Got a white with snowflake, green star, and a blue snowflake. Okay? We can do, technically you need 4 strips. And I only have 2 of each strip. So you could do all 4 the same color. It'd be kind of boring looking. You could do 2 alternating. Or you could do all 4 different colors. So does anybody have a preference of one of these that I can use? And then I will go into explaining how to do this. If no one has a preference, I'll choose. Like you can do, like for instance, you can do this white, and let's pair it with this. You could do a white and blue one, or you could do the white, those whites with the red. You can mix and match. Green with the stars, and the blue with the wood. So those 2 together? Because we need, okay, that's what we'll do. Okay. So all you need to do, and I cut and arrange things. What you need is fabric that is 16 inches wide, long, by 4 inches wide. So this here is 4 inches wide by 16 inches long. So once you get that, then you fold it in half, and this is where an iron comes involved. I'm not getting the iron out because this is already pre-done. So you fold it in half, and you press it. And then you open it up, and then you take the outer edge, and you fold it in half again, sanding at the both sides, and you press it. So you basically are dividing it into fourths. You can see here, that's 4 inches. Fold it in half, press, open it up, and then bring the cut edge to that fold line in the center, press, and then fold it in half again. So that just gives some thickness. That's you do to do all of them. So I've already prepared those. Then you're going to have an open side. So this side here is the outer fold, and the side closest to me is the open side. Line them all up so all the open sides are towards you. And then you're going to fold them in half. But you're not going to fold them exactly in half. You're going to leave a couple inches on the end. So you're going to do that for all four. And again, you could do, if I had more strips, you could do all the blue snowflakes. It would kind of blend in together and you wouldn't get the woven pattern. Right? And I actually like the choices that you guys chose for this, or Zach chose, or whoever. Okay, so you got all four. They're roughly the same. Oh, cool. Yeah, welcome. So they're roughly the same. You don't have to measure with this part. The measurings are all done when you cut the fabric. So then you're going to take one and you're going to lay it so the fold side is down, closest to you. And then we're going to change colors. And then the fold side is going to the left on this. Hey, Mary. And then the other one, then you're going to take the same color again. And I'm keeping the open fold pieces towards the center. So if that makes any sense. So here, this outer part here is the crisp fold. The sides towards the center here is where you can open it. For those who are just joining, I'm showing how to make this Scandinavian woven star ornament no sew. So you got your blues going this way, and you can see how you got your tails at each end, and the greens are going horizontally with your tails opposite. So super easy. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with this one here. You're going to open the green and put the tails of the blue inside the green. Because you fold it in half, you open it up. Then you're going to take the tails of this green and put it inside the loop part of this blue. And then you're going to do the same for this green. For this blue, you put these tails inside the loop part of this green. And then to finish it off, you put these loose tails inside the loop of that blue. So they're all interwoven, interconnected. And then you just bring it up and you kind of get them closer to each other. And this is where you want to sit and make them snug. Pretty tight. You don't want to pull it too hard where the fabric puckers and is totally distorted. So now you've got this little woven little square thing. It's a little checkerboard looking thing with these tails going off. Then what you do is you flip it over. And now the longer tails are on the top. Doesn't matter which one you start with, but you take one and you fold it down over top of this center square. And then you take the next one and fold it down. So it's being woven. You're weaving the blue under the green. And then you're going to do this blue over that green. And then that green over that blue. And what you do is you open this up. You can always loosen that up a bit and put this green tail through there, and then remember to tighten it up. So now I'm just going to snug it up. So now they're approximately the same length on all sides. Make certain we're kind of snug. Then we're going to pick one of these. We're going to start here, and we're going to make, we've done the centers. The center's done. Now we're making these points. So we're going to take this blue here, and we're going to fold it under so it goes outward. So we're forming this part right here. And then you carefully flip it over, focusing on this. And then we're going to fold it back on itself like this. So you're making this bigger triangle here. And then you fold it on itself. So now we got like this double thickness thing. And we got this little tail. This tail gets woven under this green piece here. This is where handy dandy tweezers come in handy. They're cute and they're so easy to make. And then you kind of pull it through. And then this here, you pull it a little bit more than you think it should. So it kind of distorts a little here at the point. And we're going to carefully take our scissors and cut off the excess. We don't need that little scrap. And then we're just going to reposition our point, and that's all tucked under. We're going to do the exact same thing for all the other sides. So now we're going to go this one here, fold it out, flip it, and then take that same tail and fold it down, and then fold it in half. So now we got the point again. So now we're getting this V. So this is one side of the ornament. That's okay. Take his time. And I'm going to use the tweezers because my fingers are too fat to fit under. Hey, Rob. I think that's Rob. So now I made the two, and I got this little tail, which I don't want that tail there. So I'm going to pull it a little bit more, trim it off, get rid of that, and just fluff it up and fix it. So we're a quarter of the way done. Hey, Rowan. So now we're going to rotate, flip this side out, flip the whole thing upside down, fold it over. Again, we're just repeating the exact same thing. And if this is not clear, I'm not really paying attention to what the camera's looking at. So you're going to do that. Fold it in half. And then you're going to tuck it under this. And this, you can actually move that strip out of the way a little. Whatever works. Just tighten it back up. You got to play around with it and get it into position. And we're going to trim the green. 3 points are done. The length of the ribbons, it's actually fabric. 16 inches long by 4. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm really going to give you a shipment of 100 of them. You take a piece of fabric, whatever type of fabric you want. This is cotton. Nope, not tubes. Not tubes. 16 inches long by 4 inches wide. So I'll show this again for anybody who wasn't here. So you got 16 inches by 4. You fold it in half and you press it. Then you open it up and you fold the outer edges into the center and press them. And then you fold it back. So it's basically they're 1 inch wide strips, but they're 4 thicknesses thick to give it some body. That's all they are. Kind of like bias tape, but not on the bias. So we got 3 done. Now we're going to continue. You do the same thing. MK. Well, actually, this channel is rated mature, so that's fine. So you're going to fold it like that, flip it over, fold it back on itself to make that point that we have here, and then fold it on itself again. I already did 3. No. I have 1 here and the one I'm working on. Y'all look crazy. Okay. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait until you see the next project. I know if I show the next one, Rob's having 1,000 of those. Okay, we've done half. So, fold it over, flip, fold it back, fold it over. If I'm going too fast, let me know. This one I can loosen up. Get it in there. Come on. There we go. These are called, I've seen them called Scandinavian woven stars or Danish woven stars. I don't know if they originated in Scandinavia or Denmark. That's just what they're called. That, fold it, flip, fold it down like that, fold it in half, make our point. This is where it gets a little tricky. That's where again, the tweezers come in handy. Bring it through. Well, anybody who's watching, well, that's everybody here. Duh. Again, I know it's streaming. After I'm done streaming, it will be uploaded to YouTube. So you'll be able to follow along. And if you have any questions, you can just always message me. Oh, you can't afford. You can't afford how much. Oh no. The difficult part is weaving it in. And then we're going to trim our tail. And we got 1 more to form. Then flip. Real easy, no sewing involved. Pull it through. Flip. And now I'm just straightening it up, tucking things where they need to be tucked. I could have pulled some of these a little tighter, but we have one made. Now, I have to go over here to the side where I have trim. You don't want to see me talk? What? What are you talking about? I think some gold trim would be good to pick up the gold in the green fabric with the gold stars. Now, no, we're not. God, now we're talking about drag queens. What you could do is if you wanted to, you could get a needle and thread and sew this in here for the hanger. I'm not doing that. Gotta wait for it to heat up. But we're using trusty glue gun, one of my favorite tools. And I just cut it, my trim, X amount. I didn't measure. Waiting for this to heat up. The other one in frame too, so you can see what they both look like. You can get creative. You can do any types of fabric you want. You don't have to do traditional Christmas colors. If you wanted to do lime green and hot pink, if you wanted to do more natural woodsy looking colors, whatever you want. Hey, if you wanted to do that, they have rainbow fabric. Go right on ahead. I don't want that, but hey, Seagam. Oh God, I know Seagam. Yes, I am crying. It's a running joke between me and Seagam and a friend of ours. And actually, the friend of ours is the one who encouraged me to get into streaming. Well, MK also wanted me to stream before too. So I give them credit, but I always pick on our mutual friend of mine in Seagam, saying that our friend is playing video games wrong. I'm waiting for the glue gun to heat up. Thank you, Seagam. Yes, I am sitting in my chair wrong. Okay. I'm just going to pick a side. I think I'm going to. Do we want to hang it from. We have a choice. Do we want to hang it from the blue side, the green side, or the green and blue side? Like this one's here hanging from the green side. I think from the green and blue side might be cool looking. Instead of hanging square, it'll be on point. That's what we're gonna do. I made that decision. Well, Seagam, show me how to stream correctly. So we're gonna put a little dab of hot glue, and I'm just gonna throw in the little gold trim as a hanger. Not perfect, but it'll work. And there you have it. You've got that's the prettier side. You've got a Scandinavian weaving star. Okay, Rob. Now, on to ornament number 2. Ornament number 2, I don't need the hot glue gun right now. I gotta reposition things and move things out of the way. I can always come back and make another one of these later if y'all wanted me to make a different one. But number 2, we're gonna step it up a bit. We are going to make no-sew quilted ornaments. Here is one of them. This is the one that's pictured right above me. Shush Seagam. So there's one. And then we have, you don't have to use glue guns. This here, what I'm going to show you here, you don't have to use glue gun. This next one. Actually, the other one, you really didn't have to use it. And then we've got this one. These are all no-sew. English.exe has stopped responding when they are here today. What? What are you doing? Are you sabotaging my stream, Seagam? We have this one. And then those are the basic ones. And I'm going to show you how to make one of these. And then the little more advanced ones of these are, they call them snow globe or picture ones. And you have that. This one's got a rocking horse. We're not going to do this type. We're not going to do the snow globe ones today. There's this here, and then the other side is different on this one. Actually, the other sides are different on all of these. So here's that one. That is a reindeer wearing a hula skirt and a Hawaiian lei. Wait, how do I okay, give me a second. I gotta figure something out. Role management. Wait, is that you? Yeah, that's you. Seagam, I don't know if this is a good idea, but you are a mod now. I don't know how to ban people. So we might just have to ignore that. Okay, so we've got the hula dancing reindeer. And then the other side looks a little different. The rocking horse, and this side looks different. The snowman, and that side looks different. Again, we're not making those tonight. This is like an embroidered like evergreen thing. And the other side is different. And then there's a more complex one. There's a 5-pointed star. We're not doing the 5-pointed star. we're doing one that's going to look not necessarily this exact fabrics, but that look kind of like this with the 8-pointed star in the center, that type of thing. I got to go back to where's my stream manager? That's right. Okay. So you start with a 3-inch styrofoam ball to make, again, we're making this style. If you want, you can find, most styrofoam balls have like a seam. You don't get a paycheck. If you want, you could draw a line on it and then measure. And then for this one, you don't really have to measure that much. But I am going to use the one that has this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pick our fabrics. I've chosen 3 fabrics. We've got tons of other ones, but to reduce the choice, we're going to do these 3 here. Now, you all have the choice. We can either have green in the center, like this has gold in the center, or we can have the red in the center. Go ahead and tell them. That's another running joke. Well, gold, I'm actually going to have this. No, it's these 3 fabrics here. The white one with the gold is not going to be in the center because I want some contrast between the red and the green. I mean, you could, but I think it would look better if this was not the middle part, but the next one. So we're doing the middle here first. So do we want the green to be in the center or the red? And both of them have some gold in them. Got like a pine cone pattern, and that's got a swirl. Green? Okay. For one ornament, you need, well, first you're going to take your fabric. I mean, okay, we can do that. Okay, actually, we'll do this in the center. We don't want people pouting. So you pick your fabric and you cut them into 2.5-inch squares. So you just cut and cut and cut and cut. For one ornament, we're doing 3 different rounds. So you're going to have the center, the next one, and then an outer one. For one ornament, you need 8 squares of the center color and 16 of the other 2. You're also going to need a lot of pins. I think one ornament takes around 150 pins, so it's going to take a lot of pins. So we're going to need 4. And these are very sharp pins. You can actually get creative and fancy. For a basic one, you're just going to use a regular ordinary, what is that, a 1-inch, 1.5-inch straight pin with a flat head. If you want, like the one here, not like this one here, I don't know if you could see it. Let me get my features to point. It's probably not, yeah, it shows up a little. on these points here, there is a gold head pin. So you can do decorative ones. We're not doing decorative ones. Yep. But these here, these are just ordinary straight pins. So you're going to take your fabric, you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to finger press it. Basically, just press it with your finger, and then you're going to fold it in half again. What you're doing is you're trying to find the center of that square. You're going to open it up, and from the back side, you're going to put the pin right through the center. Now, this ball here has already got the lines drawn on, and I'm going to demonstrate on this one. So basically, you want to find the, let's say it's a globe. You're going to find the North Pole and the South Pole, and I've already drawn out the lines. So you're going to take that first pin, and you're going to put it right close into that center of the ball. If I can see. And you're going to push that down. I'm going to get a coffee mug here. Ooh, that's dirty in there. What the hell's in that? Don't look at that. That's just holding my styrofoam ball. I gotta remember how to do this. Wait a minute, my mind went blank. Wait. Okay, yeah, okay. So then you're gonna fold it back along that line that's there. See how that line that's on the styrofoam ball? It's roughly on that line. Okay. Then you're gonna take this one corner and you're gonna fold it to the middle, and you're gonna put a pin right down here where it meets. Right here. You're just folding it on itself. Ooh, I hate that sound. And then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. And you're going to try to line it up as much as possible. Get it real close. Get another pin. And you're going to put it right on the other side. It's holding it down. And now you got these little ears. And then you're going to pin down those outer corners. So you did one. Now you're going to take another square and you're going to fold it in half. Hey, Norfairy. Do I know you, Norfairy? Fold it in half again. So you're going to find. Oh, God. Wait, is that who brought Boston to my stream? Joking. So you're gonna fold it in half again, so you find the center, and you're gonna put the pin in the center. And now this time we're gonna let's see how this is lined up on this line, and it started here along that. We went to the pumpkin patch. Said that's not Jamie. Jamie, you know, if it's Jamie, then you know that I'm crafty. Is that Mike? Oh, okay. Well, talk to your wife. Why is your name? Okay, Seagam. Seagam. Okay. I knew that. I knew it was a bad. No, he was not being a bully. There's just too much chat going on in my stream. I didn't expect that on my first stream. Okay. Back to the project to making an ornament that's like this. So we found the center of your next square, and you're going to put it in the center of the ball again, but you're doing opposite from the first one. So you're going to fold it. He was not being mean. And then you're going to do the exact same thing you did to this one, but you're going to work across from it. So you're going to fold that down. Now, children, I can't babysit and demonstrate at the same time. So now we folded this over, and then we're going to do the same thing. Oh, I know, MK. Now, Boston. Y'all ain't right. And you're just going to pin it down. God, I hate the sound of that going through the styrofoam. So now you did two of them. So now what we're going to do is you're going to do the same thing, but in these. We're going to finger press. And those of you with a dirty mind, that's not a dirty thing. What I'm doing here right now is pressing with my finger. Oh, God. Okay. Everybody in the chat knows me, and they're like different groups of friends that I either know online or in person or whatever, and this is just weird that they're interacting with each other. You do not have a... We're not going there. So you're going to find the center of that square again. And then you're going to put, again, the pin. Damn, I didn't know it was going to have this much of a community. My very first stream ever. So you want to get it right in the center, real close. And line it up. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to fold it, and then you're going to fold that end in. I think what we're doing here, this folding technique of these squares into these triangle things, I think they're called prairie points. I don't know why they're called prairie points. And all these pins I'm putting in, they're going, you can kind of see them, they're going to be hidden. So you're not going to see them eventually when we add the next layers. We need a thimble. I'm trying to get the pin so it doesn't fall on the floor, and then later on I don't step on it and goes through my foot. So now we did 3. And a coffee mug is the perfect thing to hold it. Because if not, when you add more fabric to it, it's going to get top heavy. And then it's going to roll away. And then this way it stays put. You don't put crumpets in a cup. Crumpets is a little like baked good, like a little cake. You put tea in the cup. everyone, there's this running joke between me and Seagam about serving tea and crumpets. I knew it was a mistake inviting some people to this stream. So, and this is going to be uploaded to YouTube when this is done. Oh, what did I do? And one of the main people, well, MK is the one who really wanted me to stream before, but then my friend Daniel, who Seagam knows, I'm usually in his stream making fun of him and picking on him, and he's not here. This is better than Daniel's stream? Wow. Don't tell him. I don't think anybody's really paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so now we have 4. So that is the same as the gold in here. This gold is actually a thicker fabric, and it's also metallic, so it's going to look a little bit different, but it's still the same folding technique. Oh yeah, Cuppy knows Boston. So now we're going to pick a different color. Because right now we're only doing 1/2 of the ornament. When we finish the 1/2, we'll flip it over and do the other. So Rowan picked this color for the center. I'm going to put somebody on the spot. Let's see. I didn't call your name, Cuppy. Okay, yes, fine. We'll do green next. Now this one, there were 4. God, what is with you people? I'm pouting. It's just a color of fabric. Okay. This layer uses 4. The next 2 layers that we're going to do on this side are each going to use 8. So we got more than 8 here. So we're going to fold our green. Then the whole time you're looking at my cutting mat, Nor Fairy, does your wife know about that? And if she does, I don't need to know either way, actually. Forget I asked that. We're gonna do, I gotta remember. Okay. So now we put the pin in the center of the fabric like we did before. And we've got these 4 pieces here, and in the center of one of them, about a 1/2 an inch or so down from the center, you're going to put your pin in, roughly a 1/2 an inch. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to fold and try to make it perpendicular to your center line that you have here. And you're going to fold it over. The rate I'm going, this might be my first and last stream. So I just folded it over and put the pins in. And you want to put the pins in somewhat close to the edge, but not too close to the edge, because then the fabric will fray. But then you don't want them too far in, because then they could show. And they're not, unless they're decorative pins. See, if I wanted a decorative pin, that pin here, I can always either take this piece out and redo it and put a decorative pin in, or I could fudge it and put right next to it, put like a gold capped pin, or they have all different types of decorative pins. So we got one done. And now, same thing, we're going to work across. That way, if we worked our way around, by the time we get back, they might not line up and they'd be off. So this way, you have a better chance of them lining up if they're directly across. Find the center. And again, roughly half an inch or so. If you really want to get technical, you can get a ruler out and measure, but I was too close, so I do need to back it up a bit. I've never heard one lonely inch. I know the show Hedwig and the Angry Inch, but that's something totally different. There, oh, wait, are you clipping? Oh my god, you're clipping my stream, aren't you? Daniel's got somebody that clips a lot of his stream. Oh god, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. And these are pins, not clips. See, Cam, eat your tea and crumpets. So now we're working. So we basically did like north, south, and now we're going to do east and west. But each time you're adding layer, you're covering, this green layer is now covering up that white layer. So those pins we put in, you're not going to see. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, your birthday's coming up. Oh, and that past Seagam, doesn't he have a birthday coming up? And I think you're both in December. I'm so mean to my followers, and I've only been streaming for an hour. Now we're going to do the other side. So I said we're going to do 8 of this color. Well, I'm putting the last of the first 4 of this color in. Okay. I I like doing it wrong. And you can kind of see how it's forming um, this cutout shape. Okay, so that's the first half of this round. Now we're going to add 4 more, and they're going to end up going in between those. Put the pin in the middle again. We're doing the same thing each time. And now this one here, you're going to do a little. You probably can't see because of my camera, of the lighting and all, but here you can kind of see the styrofoam in between. I didn't line it up as perfectly as I should, but it is what it is. But the next four, you're going to put them maybe a little bit further down than you did these green. So just slightly a little bit down. And you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to fold it over, bring in the sides. I'm sour. Excuse me? Okay, so we did this one. Now we're going to jump across because you're always going to go across to make the balance. So you can kind of see how we're getting that the beginning of the star point like we have here. Yeah, we will ban you. You know what, Seagam? Don't tell Daniel this, but I don't see this many people talking in his chat at once. And he plays World of Warcraft all the time and ESO and what else does he play? A bunch of other things that I don't have no clue. Okay. Yeah, if you all want to know about our friend Daniel, he's what is it? What is his? He's Gamer Boomer on here on Twitch. GAYMERBOOMER. Okay, you can refresh your lurk. So now we did those two. Now, so we have 6 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. So now we're going to add 2 more. And then the green row will be done. And these are done these next 2 are done the same as this. So these here are about a half an inch from the center, and then these next 4 are slightly a little bit further down, ever so slightly. Yeah, our friend Daniel, Gamer Boomer, he I'm not certain because I really don't know a lot about Twitch and how things are set up. Um, yeah, you could try metric. Oh, I don't know metric. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know the conversion, like what an inches and centimeters and that. So now we're doing our last screen. Yeah, Gamer Boomer is pretty cool. Oh, it's not allowing the link, I don't think. I'll have to play around with that. I can also ask him how to violently American. So earlier when Norfairy came in, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Oh God, sleep. Go ahead and sleep on the floor. Okay. When Norfairy came in, I didn't know who he was, and then he was telling me, and you didn't know, and now I know who he is. You didn't know that I was crafty? Well, the other year, when I'm making supernatural handcrafts, is an ornament in this style, a Christmas ornament. Obviously not identical to this, but the same technique. These are called no-sew quilted ornaments. So I just finished the second round, and see how that transformed those cream colored squares into now a star. Speaking of crochet, that is going to be the one of the main focuses of my channel. Tomorrow night, if anybody's around, same time, 8 Eastern, I'm going to be streaming again, and it is going to be an introductory to crochet for those of you who would want to tune in. That's how most of all of December is going to be. Um, Tonight, next Saturday, and the following Saturday when I stream, it will be a Christmas craft of some sort. The other nights I stream in December, which I'm tentatively thinking I'm streaming Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights at 8, and Saturdays at 8. So Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in December, with the exception of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I'm not streaming those days. They will be introductory lessons about crochet. MK, if you're gonna be at work next Saturday, all of these will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and I think the description or the link to the YouTube channel is here in my Twitch, whatever description or whatever. So if you wanted to tune in or whatever, all of them are going to be that. It takes practice, Supernatural. It takes practice. I'm going to teach on camera. It's not, I mean, I personally myself, not really one to learn crochet by video. Usually I would have to learn the way I learned was somebody sitting next to me. But if it could help somebody, that's fine. But the reason I'm going to be doing that in December is because come January, there's a long-term project I'm going to be working on, and it's going to take me all year. So I'm going to document it through the stream. What hand movements? Talking about CGAM. Yeah, I love handmade soaps and candles and all of that. I'm not into makeup, but shh, copy, shh, shh. Don't give away my secrets. You're fine. Okay, so back to the ornament. We've done 2 rounds. Now we're going to do the third color. And again, for this half of the ornament, we're going to need 8. So, well, would you look at that? So the center is 4 on each side. So you're going to do what we're going to do. Oh, under the camera would be good. What you're going to do on one side, you're going to do on the other. So you're going to do 4 in the center here, 8 of this color, and 8 of the next, and then the same thing on the opposite side. No, we're not bullying me. That's cool. I can multitask sometimes. Oh, just like earlier when we were making the woven, there's fuzz. The woven, the Scandinavian ones, you can do your different colors and you can make them a little more fancy, a little more rustic. Same thing with these. You can, depending on what fabrics you pick. So we're gonna find the center of your square of your third color. Ow. Pins are sharp. So now when we place it, we're gonna place it over the first row of green that we did. So we're overlapping everything. You could, and you could do it Easter. You could do it any holiday you want. You can do it with birthdays. There's ones that I've seen where it's this style, where it's like a snow globe style. So instead of doing the 4 in the center, you get a piece of fabric that has your image on it, and you make it roughly the same size as what the 4 would be, and you pin those in place, you center it, and then you do the others. And I've seen people do this with, like, will embroider a person's name, and it'll be like a birthday present or a gift topper, that type of thing. You could do it at pretty much anything you want. If you had access to a company's logo, like if you worked for a company and you had access to their logo and you could print it, you can give it as gifts to coworkers, that type of thing. You can make it as fancy or as non-fancy as you want. And this is super easy. There's no glue. I mean, you can glue. I mean, this part is not gluing. When we get the other side done, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the other side tonight. I'm going to hopefully. If not, then I'll continue this next week. When you have the other half done, you're going to have ugly looking raw fabric here in the center because you're going to make the same thing that's here, you're going to make on this side. And then that's where you're going to take ribbon and trim and whatever and cover it up. And then you could add whatever you want to the top. Like this has got a bow and little pine cones or whatever. This has got a big fancy bow with wired ribbon. So if you are a crafter, this would be like a good time, good project to use up scraps. Now I'm working on the third color. I'm gonna at least do 1/2 of this tonight. Maybe well, we'll see how it goes. Let's make them on the road in the movies in a drive-through. What are you talking about? Um, I don't want to be around any Christmas ornaments you made on the toilet. Now, we're not giving out drugs to people. Y'all are aiming to get my channel banned, aren't you? Blood pressure medicine? You can't get high on blood pressure medicine. Yes, Seagam, I'm old. I take blood pressure medication. So I put this one on. Now I'm going opposite. And I'm ignoring that comment somebody made about brown fabric. But you can see how I said that this uses a lot of pins because it uses about what 5 pins per square of fabric, and then other pins you use to put on. Everyone's a comedian, aren't they? So you probably can't see because it's so far apart. So I did those sides here. Now I'm going to work opposite, and if I can see, don't worry about what I'm doing with my balls. So Nor Fairy, is your wife around? Is she watching too, or is she? Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't she in Florida or something? We don't have to go into detail about that. I know that's probably some personal private stuff. I'm sorry. Stigam, you're always in the timeout corner, regardless. Ah, oh yeah. Can't believe she's that time of year again. What what type of rum are you watching? Watching, and I'm sober. I'm sober. Seagam, you're not allowed to drink rum. No, the when was it? Last year or whatever when I our neighbor down the street, she gives mom a bunch of wine and she found out that I like rum and vodka and that type of stuff. And she dropped her husband belongs to her husband works for a liquor distributor. Um, Dropped off a bunch of rum for us, mainly for me. And the only one I've tried, and I think I mentioned to you guys, North Ferry, that bamboo, because I think I sent a picture, and she was like, "Well, if you guys if you don't like that bamboo, you guys will take it." Oh my god, that bamboo is so good, and I love the bottle. I've never heard of Brutal or Bruegel or. Okay, so now we have. You probably can't see it because it's so dark fabric. You got the burgundy on all four sides. Now we're gonna do four more, just like we did with the green. I think that's what we have. I think that's what it is the XO. It's the black. But I like the bottle because it looks like an old fashioned pirate rum bottle. When it's empty, I'm keeping the bottle. When is the sleeping stream? You're not watching me sleep, creep weirdo. Who invited Seagam? Who wants to watch people sleep? Yep, it kind of does. Now I'm going to add the four more, and then this side, the half of it will be done. Oh, I moved. That one was put down a little too far. I gotta bring it up a little. He's a creeper, is what he is. Lumbago. Jeepers Creepers. Oh God, not that creeper. Um. Oh, might as well mention it now. If and everybody's having a fun time blowing up my chat. Um, if you want, you can follow and whatever you do. I don't know what the lingo is. Follow, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. Wait a minute, that's all YouTube crap. Well, Seagam, Boston runs that server, so he can be nosy. Send in the warranty. Oh, this is like we're calling you about your car's extended warranty. You know, when I get those phone calls, and most of you know I don't drive, so I don't have a car. I make up some shit. I just talk about, yeah, I've got a 1971 Cadillac Cimarron. And that's when they shut up. You do not live at the White House. Okay, now I got two more pieces to do. What White House? Not the one in D.C. I don't want you that close to me. Probably can't see what I'm doing putting these pins in, but all I'm doing is just folding over the triangles and pinning it down right here where that triangle folds over. Oh, that got two pins. Oh well, that's extra secure on that one. And you can kind of see how they're kind of overlapping. And this right here will be the end of the first half. And I got one more piece to do. Poke it for the center. Yep, it's all how, because it's the way it's folded and layered and A, T for trouble. Do I know you? Wait, if it's T. That's who I. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Yes, Boston, that Tom. Yes, that Tom. See, everybody knows everybody. So, T for trouble, or Tom. What I'm showing is, and Tom knows what these are. I'm showing how to make these. Tom was sent 2 of these last year for Christmas. You don't know me, Seagam. 2 pins. I mean, it's not going to hurt if I put 2 in there, but. So that's what half of it looks like. So what we would do is we would do the exact same thing on the other side. But see how we got these raw, unfinished, ugly ends? Well, I was laughing at what Browen said, but what quoting what I said. But that's true, Boston. You are just a shit puff. It's what some of us call him. Mainly, it's what. Now, looking at this, I didn't do it perfectly. It's a little crooked. Like this side is a little more crooked, but it's fine. So then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And that's what I'm actually going to do the other side. So I finished half the ball. Now we're going to do the other side. And we're going to. Now, what you could do is. Now, this is a different style. Again, it's the center's different. This is just a flat piece of fabric. But see how that is different than that. So for this here, if we wanted to, we could start on the other side a different color. Or we could do it identical to this, just like this is. Like that is the same as that. So who wants to do it identical to this? And who wants to, we're gonna use the same 3 fabrics, but who wants to start the center in a different color? I can't do a poll because I don't have enough followers. You have to be special to do one of those. So do we want to do identical to this? Do it in reverse? Okay, so you want to do burgundy in the center, then green, and then gold? We could do that. So now for this side, we're only going to need 4 because the centers only take 4. And Tom missed the beginning, but I can actually show you how it's done. So again, you take a 3-inch, I'm just going to recap, it's a 3-inch styrofoam ball, and you mark the circumference, and then you find the north and south pole, and you draw a line. You basically divide it into 4s. Yes, but I'm going to put clothing on it, Cgam. So then what you do is you take these squares that are 2.5-inch square, and you fold them. Fold it again to find the center. Put the pin in the middle. And now, so they're going to be lined up. That's what those lines really are for. That'll help you. So then you put the pin in from the back side as a recap, and you're going to put it right at the center of the ball. And then you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to try to keep it parallel to this line that's there. So you fold it in half, and then you take one side and you fold the triangle in, and you secure that right there. Kind of hard to see with the dark fabric. Kind of hard to see on camera and me myself. There's kind of a shadow with this lamp. And you're going to fold the other side in. And then you're going to pin down the outer corners. So when we're done this, in the center here, so the center of this is burgundy. When we're done this, the center is going to be this gold color. Because Rowan said he wanted to do it reversed. I gotta check something. Find the center. And now we're going to rotate it because you want it to be even on both sides. Because if you keep going in all the way around, it could be off a bit. We don't want to be off. Nobody in my chat room is off. Lost a pin. These take some time to make, but once you get the hang of it, they go pretty, not quick, but you get into a flow and you just kind of do it. They're not dipped in chocolate. It's burgundy fabric with, it's got like gold pattern on it. Now we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to do the other two. If only this chat was recorded, because when it's uploaded to YouTube, it's just the video, and you're going to hear me responding to everybody, and people are not going to have any context. This is going to be a shit show. Line that up. It takes a lot of pins. Each square of fabric, so the center, it's 3 rounds. Well, you can actually do more than that if you wanted to. So the center is 4 pieces of fabric. The next 2 rounds are 8. And you do the same thing here. So I can't do the math. But each square of fabric has about 5 pins holding it down. So it takes a lot of pins. And like I was telling them earlier, I'm just using plain, ordinary, basic pins. But if you wanted to get decorative, You could use these gold-headed pins. They have red-head ones. They've got pearl. They've got ones with crystals. Yep. If you would do a bigger styrofoam ball, you could do the same size squares. You just have more more rows, or you can increase the size of your fabric to make a bigger looking pattern to scale. Yes, I have seen Tom take two that we had made and that we had given him, and I've seen him on camera putting them on his ears like earrings. Peanut gallery. Okay. I need to work on my placement because you can see there's white showing through. This isn't one of the best ones. I mean, what I'm going to do now, that piece I put in, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to reposition it. You have to reposition it now because once you go to the next row, you can't get to it. You're right. Okay, but then you said reverse. So this is the reverse. But all I got to do is move. See, I took it out and you just reposition it to get a little bit closer in there. You're just be a little more aware of how you fold it. You want to make it kind of smooth it and contour it to the styrofoam ball. I have to step back a bit sometimes because I'm going blind. Seagam, no old man jokes. There, I fixed it. Well, somewhat. Better than it was. Then we're going to do the last one, and then this will be the last of the burgundy. And then we'll go on to the next color. Any plans? Plans for what? Just with the family, the usual. So there's that. Now, they said reverse, so we're going to do green next, because green, if it's reverse, green's still in the middle because it's 3. And you're going to fold and find the center. All you're really doing with this. Now this one I want to line up. See how there's 2 layers of green? This is the bottom layer one because it's underneath this one. So I want to stick with that so it looks a little more even. So it's going to be along these axes here. So it'll be here. I don't think we're going to do tons and tons of food. Not like we did for Thanksgiving. We did get a ham. My mom does this thing. We call it sugar shit ham. That's what we call it. She makes a glaze with brown sugar and mustard, ground mustard. Is it honey? No, I'd have to look it up. And it's got ground cloves in it. It's like 3 or 4 things in it. And I love cloves. And I didn't put that side down. And the traditional way with the ham, with the pineapple rings and the whole cloves and all. Well, long story. She takes the ham and like pierces it all over, and then brushes this glaze all over it, so the ground cloves kind of get all into it because we love the flavor of the cloves with the ham, and that's like the main thing we're gonna have. I love pot roast. Trying to see on here where to put this. And we're doing with this, we're doing it the exact same way that we did the other side. We're just on the opposite side of the ball. Sure. What I will end up doing after the stream, I think probably the easiest way is I'll send it to Cuppy, if that's okay with her, because I know you know Cuppy, or you live with Cuppy. I know of you. I mean, I don't think I've ever talked to you before. Yeah, it's real simple to make, and then you bake the ham like accordingly how you normally would bake a ham. We don't do the whole pineapple rings and the cherries and all that. But I love the taste of cloves. I love the smell of cloves. There's some people in here. The other couple weeks ago, I was talking about this cake. Now this is turning into a recipe stream. Um, I made a apple cider cake. It was so good, and it called for um, what did it call for? Nutmeg and cinnamon. Well, I put in some cloves, and the smell of cloves, the taste of cloves. My mom had a minor issue. She's a seamstress. That's where I've gotten a lot of this fabric. Um, she had a minor issue with insects with the fabric, and one of the things they said that she saw was to make a mixture of water and clove oil and spritz it around. The insects don't like it. God, she sprayed that around. Oh, it smelled heaven. And for Thanksgiving, before everybody got here, I went in the living room and the dining room, not because we had an insect problem, but just the air freshener, and just sprayed those 2 rooms with cloves. Oh, God. I wish they would make a clove scented air freshener or clove scented candle or something. Oh, I love pico de gallo and I love chorizo. Hey, I'm concerned right now because Sea Game is quiet. Okay, we did half of that row. See how the more you do it, the quicker it gets. No, I don't mind all the chitter chatter in here. Oh, I love the smell of like oranges and cloves and cinnamon and picked up 2 pins again. I keep doing that. And we're going to rotate. And it's coming along. I think some of this fabric was already folded at one point, so kind of easy to find the center. Fold it and pin it. We ended up getting, where are they? How many is in this box? A pound. We ended up buying, we have 2 of these, a pound of pins. So we got plenty of pins. Yeah, that was the bag of my big bag of balls. Now, I don't have them here right now. I have them ordered, and that is going to be probably for next week, next Saturday. I'm going to do a variation on this. I, I can show how to do the snow globe ones, which is just like this, except the centerpiece, you don't do the same center, you just put a piece of fabric. But you could do the same thing, and I'm going to demonstrate that next week with the styrofoam balls that are shaped like eggs. And you can do pine cones. Or if you the way you do it, if you have all of these pointing upward, instead of like 2 halves, you would you would take the ball. You can do it with this too. You could just start here and then just keep going, and then they would all the folded points would all hang down. And with the egg-shaped ones, if they hang down, they look like pine cones. And if you did it the other way, especially in like pastel colors, and you had them, they can look like an Easter egg. But I've got the styrofoam eggs are supposed to show up sometime next week. Yeah, my measurements on here are a little off, so this is not going to be the most perfect one, but it'll work. Making me, it's like if you're into crafts and all, and you start doing this, it's addicting. It's like, I'll show you here real quick. This is a selection of fabric that's already cut into squares. And here's more. So if you pre-cut everything like that, and you got everything set up, you can do a whole bunch. Um, get friends over, and if you want to do like a craft day, a craft session, just make Christmas ornaments, and you set all the fabric out and pins for everybody, and you can all just sit around and just make beautiful ornaments. That would be cool to do this, but in different tie-dye fabrics. So if you dye your own tie-dye and then use that and cut it up into squares, it'd be kind of different. No comment. My thumb's getting tired because of pushing these pins in, so I'm using the back end of these tweezers. So now I've done the green onto the white, or the whatever you call this color, the snowflake one. Okay. Now again, we're going to put it on top of the first layer, not the second. And things aren't even, but it'll work. And if once it's on the Christmas tree or whatever, if somebody's going to be paying that much close attention to how it was put together, then they don't need to be looking at my Christmas tree. Well, some people might. I'm not judging. Yep. And that's all up to you. I mean, I kind of have an eye for color. I kind of know what colors go together, or what would look together good together. Or you could just do whatever you want. It's art. There is no right or wrong way of doing it. Mm-hmm. What I was looking for is tone. I was looking for more darker colors as opposed to this, which is more lighter, brighter colors. And I like the gold in the green fabric and the goldish color in this cream fabric. There's actually gold in the burgundy too. Well, that is true. you don't want to copy someone's exact artistic work. I mean, you can take inspiration from it. Okay, one more for this section, and then I got 4 more to do. Yeah. Ow. Again, pins are sharp. Oh, yeah, we don't mention that. But yeah, like I was saying, I've got a couple friends. I don't know if MK is still in here, but the other year she had said that tried to encourage me to stream. I'm not much of a video game person. I play a few, but I don't really think that would be engaging. I mean, I might consider every now and then maybe playing a video game. I'm more of a relaxed video game person. I've got a couple ones that I play every now and then. But if I did that, that would be much like a chill, sit back and chat with everybody. I mean, I'm chatting with y'all right now, but I'm not one that's all like fully engaged into the game. And like my friend Daniel, again, he was one also that was trying to get me to stream. Again, if you want to check out his stream, his username is that's his username. He streams at like 2 p.m. Eastern every day of the week except Sundays and Thursdays. He primarily plays um, World of Warcraft, ESO. I'm trying to remember the names of the games. Um, there was this. What's it called? It was really pretty. Oh, No Man's Sky. I was watching because it was pretty. I think he will play Fallout. He'll play like a some Star Wars or Star Trek, some type of game. But he engages his chat and he's got a really cool personality. And when I'm in there, he's a big Trixie and Katya fan, the drag queens. And I don't know anything that he's playing. I don't know any of his video games. I don't know what he's doing, where he's going, what anything about it. So I'll just quote lines from Trixie and Katya and make him crack up. I pick on him a lot. Last 2 squares of fabric. I'm gonna get a callus on my thumb. Wake up, MK. I was just talking about you. You're fired. That's a running joke between me and MK. We used to work together, and we'd always say, "You're fired." Actually, at one time, she was my boss. You mean my cat? MK has 3 cats. Well, where MK lives, there are 3 cats in the residence. And the one cat, me and a friend of MK's, we've always claimed that it was our cat, or our mutual friend has a cat of her own. So Gigi is my cat. He was all affectionate this couple times I was over your place. Okay. This is the last piece of fabric. And then, once we pin this in, then the fun part comes. The part we can play around and be a little more creative. And I got to move things to get to that part. And when I get to that part, I'm going to ask for suggestions like I did with the order of these colors. So now we've got, um, that was our first side that we did. And that's the second side. But you see here in the middle, this is all ugly looking, like raggedy. Well, we're going to fix the raggediness. I'm going to move that around. We're going to get out ribbon. What color should we use? We don't want gold. Maybe a green. What do y'all think about green? Because there's green on both sides, but not in the middle. Let's see if we have any green. I better check that before I say we're going to use green. I don't know if we have any. The one metallic green I have is not going to work because it's lime green. That ain't gonna work. Let's see what I got. I don't know if I have any. If not, I have trim too. We've got. Oh, that's too much burgundy. See, that's matching that too much. We could do gold. Let's see. We've also got trims. We've got that might work. The possibility. That's gonna be too much, I think. And I don't like the way it's on that ribbon. Rickrack and ribbon. Pearls are not going to work. Yeah, it's going to have to be that. That's too narrow. And I got enough of this trim. Yeah, I don't have enough pearls. They're not big enough. So here, all we do, and you just center it, you're covering up all this ugliness. So I'm just taking the pins and I'm pinning it on. Not gluing, everything's pinned. So every inch or so, and I'm trying to keep it as even as possible if I can between the two hemispheres. I think I messed up on part of it, but that's okay. You're not going to see both sides at the same time. If it's hanging on a Christmas tree, you're going to have a front and a back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it a little bit longer. And I'm going to take this end and it's a braided trim. So I'm going to fold it under so the edge is a little bit nicer. And put a couple pins right on there. I'm going to need something to push that pin in. I don't have a thimble. Okay. And now I don't think that's enough, is it? Oh my goodness, it's just barely. Okay, that's what we're gonna do that. So I've got this little bit of trim, this little remnant, and it's just enough to go around. So I'm gonna layer it on top of that green to add some dimension. In this top here where it's ugly, I'm not gonna make a bow, but you can always put a bow. You can always do that later. I'm not making a bow tonight. I don't. Yep, just needed a little extra something on top of that green. And it picks up the gold in the other fabrics. Is MK still here? I think Boston and Seagam and a bunch of the other ones already left. Oh, Boston's still here. You're fired, MK. Okay. I kind of lied, and I'll show you how I lied. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a millimeter. They don't meet. Put a bow or whatever, but I think this might actually help. I'm going to get some sparkly other trim. Yeah, I might have to come back at some point and dress it up a little more there. Yeah, all of my um beads and stones and all of that and jewels, they're on the other side of the room. I didn't bring them over. I got a whole collection of that type of thing. Well, just to call it done, I'm just gonna plop this on. It's not perfect on the top. I can always come back and do it and embellish it. I just made a little simple hanger. Gonna try to put another pin to really secure it. Move that out of the way. And there you are. So that's the first side we did. Again, I can clean up this top of this trim. And then that's the other side. Here I am. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Oh, we can't sing. Can't do that on Twitch. Oh, God. Yeah, there you are. So, move our pins out of the way. And to recap, we've got that one that was already made. That was a little fancier because the bow and the ribbon. But if I had more time and man, I had plenty of time to make this. So we got that one. And then that needs to be just touched up a little. And we've got our sample. And then the one we made. Okay, let me clean that up. Where did I put? I'm getting ready to probably end the stream here soon. Um, don't forget. Oh, I gotta click this over here. Don't forget to follow and like and do what you all need to do because I don't know what any of this stuff is. Again, I'm new at this. Tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, I'm gonna start for the month of December. every day, well, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, um, in the month of December, I will be streaming crochet lessons. Not lessons, but introductory of how to crochet. And so that's starting tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm going to ease into it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want it to be chill. Most of you guys know me. I can be chill. Hush MK, because MK is going to disagree with me. Um, like I said, come the beginning of the year, a long-term project that I will be doing. Um, that's not all that the stream is going to be about. I'm going to do other projects. Sometimes maybe just sit and chill and maybe play. Like I said, I'm thinking about maybe 1 or 2 video games, but it's primarily going to be a crafting stream. Oh, why am I plugging that in? I don't need hot glue. So, thank you all for tuning in. Like I was not expecting to have that many people in my chat the first night, but thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not doing this to get money and to be affiliate and this and that. I'm just doing this to have fun. Um, and I think that's about it. Um, like I said, next weekend I've got some other Christmassy type things. Like I said, Saturdays, next Saturday and the following Saturday. I got some things rattling around in my head that are Christmas themed. So, but thank you all for tuning in, and I will chat with you tomorrow if you're around. If not, then whatever. And again, I'm gonna have these uploaded onto YouTube. So, good night, everyone.